Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In a world drowning in distractions, the strength of a believer is measured by the depth and clarity of the inner awareness. The condition of our heart shapes not only how we listen, but how profoundly we allow ourselves to be transformed. The mindset we'll be discussing today, inshallah, is the mindset of receptivity. Derived from the verse of the Quran Kareem, إنما المؤمنون الذين إذا ذكر الله وجلت قلوبهم وإذا تليت عليهم آياته زادتهم إيمانا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. The true believers are those whose hearts tremble when Allah is mentioned, and when His verses are recited to them, it increases them in faith, and they place their trust in their Lord. Today, we live in a world overflowing with distractions. Our attention drifts from one notification to the next, making true spiritual focus increasingly difficult. As a result, faith often becomes just background noise, heard without depth, acknowledged without feeling. Yet this verse challenges us to move beyond passive belief into active receptivity. True faith isn't about routine recitations or habitual prayers. It's about a living heart that feels, responds, and transforms. It is the conscious awareness of Allah's presence that moves our hearts and shapes our actions. A receptive heart isn't indifferent. A receptive heart doesn't remain unmoved. A receptive heart listens, reflects, and changes. This verse beautifully highlights three defining traits of true believers. Their hearts tremble upon hearing Allah's name, not mechanically, but sincerely, moved by awe and reverence. The recitation of Quranic verses deepens their faith, each verse igniting fresh conviction and clarity. In terms of uncertainty and difficulty, they trust Allah completely, not relying solely on wealth, status, nor people. To cultivate this mindset, we must declutter our hearts, silencing spiritual distractions and emotional numbness, allowing room for genuine connection with Allah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said in the narration in Sahih Bukhari, مثل الذي يذكر ربه والذي لا يذكره مثل الحي والميت. The example of the one who remembers his Lord and the one who does not is like that of the living and the dead. A heart that regularly remembers Allah is alive. It senses, responds, and thrives spiritually. In contrast, a heart disconnected from Allah is spiritually lifeless, cold, indifferent, and distant. The real question is not simply if we believe in Allah, but whether our belief actively influences how we live and respond. Does our faith move us and shape our choices? Or has it become passive, silent, and disconnected from our daily reality? A receptive heart remains awake, continuously aware of Allah's presence. Najashi, the king of Abyssinia, was known for his wisdom, fairness, and devotion to Christianity. When the Muslims sought refuge in his land, fleeing persecution in Mecca, the Quraysh sent envoys to discredit them. Najashi listened carefully as Ja'far bin Abi Talib radiallahu an recited verses from Surah Maryam. Listening intently, Najashi's heart was profoundly moved. Tears filled his eyes and he humbly acknowledged the truth of the verses recited. At that moment, he recognized the divine source behind those words, his heart fully receptive and awakened. Reflecting on Najashi's openness reminds us that receptivity is the gateway to truth. When the heart listens sincerely, the soul recognizes guidance clearly, no matter how unfamiliar or unexpected the path may seem. Our modern lives are dominated by endless notifications, doom scrolling, and constant entertainment, making true spiritual connection challenging. Even during our acts of worship, our minds frequently wander. This verse calls for active change. It invites us to break free from our spiritual numbness. Do we truly absorb the wisdom of the Quran, or has it become mere background sound? Do we let Allah's remembrance move our hearts, or have we grown indifferent? Are we genuinely present in our prayers, or merely performing routine actions without reflection? The mindset of receptivity asks us to remove these inner barriers, to silence distractions, and let Allah's words penetrate deeply, transforming us from within. When we embrace true receptivity, we no longer merely hear the Quran, we feel it. We don't simply recall Allah, we are profoundly changed by taking His name. We don't merely claim trust in Him, we walk through life with unwavering certainty in His guidance. A heart truly receptive to Allah's words never wanders in uncertainty, because it is guided by the clarity, strength, and purpose that His verses continuously and eternally provide. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our hearts receptive to the revelation that He has sent for us.